Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sound. I'm there. I didn't. What they call it in Marvel?
Technical, whatever.
No, what was the blimp? The blip. I'm like getting blip.
Yeah.
If you could choose only one Spider-Man sequel, which one would you choose? Let me clarify some things. I'm talking about the live-action Spider-Man. Obviously, in recent memory, we got Tom Holland, MCU Spider-Man. We got Andrew Garfield, the Amazing Spider-Man. And we got the OG, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man, if you want to call it that. What I mean by in this question, obviously we know Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire got 3 Spider-Man movies. So would you do Spider-Man 4, continuing that storyline? If you had a choice, Andrew Garfield for Amazing Spider-Man, we saw like where Amazing Spider-Man 2 ended. So there were a lot of things going on. Would you want to see the Amazing Spider-Man 3? And Tom Holland, obviously we saw the end of No Way Home. We want to know, what's going on with his story. Where is he going to go? Mm-hmm. Which story would you choose to continue into a sequel?
It makes more sense now that you. All right, so because in my mind I was like, they all sequels already, so I don't get it. but yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Based on storyline right now, I feel like No Way Home did a good job kind of tying up Andrews a little bit. Although we were kind of left the cliffhanger at the end of 2 because they were trying to set up the I don't remember the proper term right now. I don't know why it's blipping right now. It was like the Sinister Six.
Yes.
They're trying to set up the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
That would be nice to see. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm cool emotionally where they're at because of just how he was able to redeem himself. Mm-hmm. If y'all ain't seen the movie by now, I'm sorry. I'm gonna spoil some stuff. But like he was able to save MJ and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? And so that was cool. That kind of did a good job with Toby in that movie too. The main thing now, so I'm gonna go with Tom Holland because we're at a point now we don't know where his character is gonna go at this point. There was a report that came out recently that's gonna focus more so on Spider-Man and not Peter because it makes sense because of what happened in the movie. So that's where my vote will go towards. And a good second would be, I guess, Andrew, to see where the Sinister Six would have went because we never really just seen the Sinister Six yet.
Yeah,
and that would be nice to see. So Tom for me, I'm gonna go with that. But close second is Andrew.
I got you. It's not a bad choice, man. I definitely want to see where they take Spider-Man for Tom Holland. See how his story evolves, and everything was left off kind of weird with MJ and his friends, and just Peter Parker in general. So I definitely am excited to see where that goes. For me, I love OG Tobey Maguire Spider-Man for sure. But where his story ended, and like since it's been so much time that's passed, I'm like, I don't know if I could. I don't even know if Toby would want to do another one like that. So I'm thinking like I'm picturing like where it is now, and I guess like what they could do with it. I'm not like, so I wouldn't do Toby's, to be fair. But Andrew, I'm with that one. Sinister Six was being set up. You saw him come back at the end after Gwen's death. And he was about to fight the Rhino for the first time we see Spider-Man in like a year, after all the events. So I'm like, all right, I want to see that fight. I want to see, Sinister Six, see the villains they choose for the Sinister Six, because we saw a couple different suits in the little teaser at the end, but we never got to actually see it. So I really want to see, and I loved. This unpopular opinion, I think he was pretty good as Spider-Man. Some people didn't like his like portrayal of
I don't think that's.
I think he was
popular.
good.
I think people liked him. If they didn't like him, they liked him after seeing No Way Home.
True, that's true.
So,
but I feel like he had a little more to tell with his story. That's the one I would like want to see for sure. And me being the blur that I am, I'm always watching YouTube videos and theories and stuff like that. So one channel I love to watch and just see is I enjoy their content. Bullets and Blockbusters, shout out to them. They actually did a video on, and they do like a lot of research on like how directors would have done movies versus like what happened. So like for Spider-Man, for instance, they had a sequel plan, but they obviously rebooted, and then we got Tom Holland Spider-Man. They had a plan for it, which would have included some other characters that we've seen in the MCU, I guess. Well, in Marvel in general, and it would have been interesting to see them like portray. So I love like the theories and the stuff they put together. So I think what they had like for Andrew's Spider-Man was about him continuing after Gwen's death and tying his parents into it and some other stuff that I won't like say, because who knows, maybe something works. But I would definitely want to see Andrew's Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 3 for sure.
Yeah, that's why I give them credit for. At least in that one, they went more into Peter's parents and that saga.
Yeah.
So that was very unique, because most movies don't really go into that, and it's very interesting. So I would like to see more. Toby is just an OG. I feel like a lot of us would just go with Toby just because like that's the first one, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But I like what Marvel's doing with Tom Holland right now. It's different. It's good. So yeah, I'm very interested in seeing what y'all think though, for real. So yeah, I'll definitely let us know.
Comment which Spider-Man sequel you want to see, whether that's Amazing Spider-Man 3, whether that's Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire, or Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland. It'd be dope. Either one. I wouldn't be mad. We getting Spider-Man content. I'm happy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, man. I like it.
Yeah. It's a good day. Be part of the Triple Threat culture here with your boys. I'm Zay, the executive producer.
Yep. And co-host QtheGuru. Thank you for joining us. Welcome in to Triple Threat Culture, where we talk about a whole range of subjects. And I know we're just talking about Spider-Man and keeping that theme. Dude, did you hear about Spider Mondays and what they're doing?
Spider Mondays? No.
Yeah, they're calling it Spider Mondays. So what they're doing now is they're releasing all the Spider-Man movies on like live action movies, by the way, like each Monday. So yeah, it's very interesting.
Releasing in
they're releasing in like live action in theaters, bro.
Nice.
But I'm trying to look up like the timeline. It's supposed to lead up to something. I forgot already. But I was like, yo, that's pretty dope.
I think that's pretty cool.
Calling it Spider Mondays though.
Nice. That's pretty dope. If you really think about it, kids like my younger brother, for example, who's born in the 2000s, weird, but getting to see, I feel like that would be a cool experience to for younger people to see OG Spider-Man movies like the in the theaters, because they were. I remember like the first. It's one of my first memories actually, seeing Spider-Man in like 2002 in theaters with my dad. It was.
Oh, you saw it in theaters?
Yeah, bro.
I don't even think I saw it in theaters, bro. I just got the VHS. So,
dude, that was one of my like
DVD
core memories of movies like that. That was one of those moments I remember like, oh man, this is. I love going to the movies. My wife doesn't because she likes to pause and we can catch up on what we lost on. But I love the theater. I love the sound effects, the large screen, being able to like the smell of the popcorn, and then just seeing a good movie in theaters, and seeing Spider-Man like as I had to be what, 6 when I was when it came out.
It came out in 2002. It came out in 2002. So
yeah, I was like 6 years old. Seeing that in theaters, bro, that was one of the coolest things I can remember as a kid, and that's when I became a Spider-Man fan, and almost 20 years later, or over 20 years later, I'm still a fan.
Spider-Man is definitely one of my favorite superheroes, and this whole event kicks off on April 15th, and it's gonna be live in theaters, and then every Monday after that, there's gonna be a different Spider-Man movie. So of course, I'm gonna start out with the original OG Toby, Spider-Man 1, then 2, then 3, then going to Andrew, and then Tom. So if you're a Spider-Man fan, this is definitely what you probably want to look for and get into. So it's real cool. Speaking of that, I am looking forward to, we kind of addressed a little bit in our cold question, but the potential for Spider-Man 4 with Sam Raimi. Sam responded recently saying that they didn't start on it yet, but there are so many rumors out there that it's got to be a thing at this point. Spider-Man 4 is coming.
You made me think. I actually did see something about Sam Raimi, but it wasn't even. It has to do with a lot of Spider-Man stuff, obviously, but I think there is something that works, bro. I really do. With him, you know, the Avengers are leading up to this Secret Wars era, and multiverse has been a big theme. Obviously, we saw the return of OG Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in No Way Home. And now we've seen the multiverse kind of expand with a lot of the Marvel content, whether it's in Loki or WandaVision and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, which Sam Raimi did direct. So I feel like there's a lot of potential to bring him back into the fold, to either, because I think they're eyeing him for not multiverse, Secret Wars, which will be aspects of the multiverse, or, you know, I've also heard about the Spider-Man 4 with Toby. Yeah. I think either way, if we bring him back, if Sam Raimi is able to come back and direct some sort of film with Marvel, they can make a hit for sure. And bringing Toby back, it would be like a fever dream.
And Kirsten Dunst, gotta bring that whole core. So I don't even know. Like, it's kind of what you said. I don't even know what the storyline would be. And this is gonna be definitely an older Spider-Man. But Toby, he did well in No Way Home. It was good, and so like it wasn't really awkward or anything like that. So I think it'll definitely work out. And the overwhelming fan response shows that the support is still out there. And I wouldn't mind seeing the Andrew one either. So I don't know. We'll see what happens though.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with it.
I definitely want to see what goes on, and even if he were involved in Tom Holland's like next chapter, I think it would be cool. I think he could still like use some of his like previous Spider-Man work and make it even like cooler with everything that they've done with Tom's Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, man. And we talked about X-Men 97 before and how it had overwhelming fan response, but I think it drew almost like about 5 million views or something like that on Disney Plus when it debuted. Yeah. So that led us to thinking about, okay, could 90s Spider-Man, the TV show, come back? And that's also rumors about that now as well. Now, me personally, 90s Spider-Man was my show, bro. that was my show, and it always sucked how it ended.
Yeah,
because I don't know if y'all remember, bro. Because it really left off on a cliffhanger, and we never got the resolution to nothing. So, with that being said, it really does deserve a reboot or continuation, as you will. Because I need to know what happened, bro. Because they left that cliffhanger was rough. I don't know if y'all remember. I don't even know if I'm gonna. I guess it don't matter if we spoil it. I don't know. But
it's
do you
30
remember
years
what happened at the end? It's super long. Do you remember what happened at the end?
I know exactly what happened, and I know exactly where we're supposed to go in the next season that didn't get made. I know exactly what's going on. I'm same as you, bro. Like,
yeah,
the 90s Spider-Man animated series is, along with, like I said, me watching Spider-Man in theaters as a kid for the first time with Toby. That show was literally the one of the founding pieces of my childhood with comics, with comic book characters. That show was probably one of the greatest cartoons I've ever watched. And the same way X-Men, like Marvel to me would be remiss to not take this opportunity to make the show. Like, you've seen it work literally with the X-Men, with the 90s cartoon, and if you do the same thing, same formula, bring the original cast back,
I gotta have Christopher, man.
You got to.
You gotta have Christopher, bro. Come on.
Got to. I know he will be open to it because he's done other stuff in Marvel and other Spider-Man.
He has other Spider-Man shows. Yeah, he has.
They have, if they got to do it. They honestly, they would be missing out on money just not doing it, to me. And especially now with like the animation style and how advanced tech is, they could make that show. It was already, like, to me, it was pretty great for its time. But if they were to redo it right now with this, like, just continue the story where it left off, literally.
Yeah.
Do some new animation like they did with X-Men. Perfect. Bring the original cast back. Perfect. It's a hit. I'll never
be a hit, bro. I'm gonna watch that.
I'm telling you,
as soon as it comes out.
Easy money. And they could fold in. There's so many layers and like all this, like we've been talking about the multiverse stuff. They could even throw in other characters from everywhere with how the show ended, if you think about it.
Yeah, they could.
They literally could do. The potential is there for so much. Yep. Marvel, if you're listening, bring the 90s Spider-Man cartoon back and do a whole continuation like you did with X-Men 97. Yep. The fans, we want it. We need it. And I'm the fans. I need it. So
yeah, they can bring all that back. And they could probably to have their own little universe as well. Just in the 90s, bro.
Literally.
They could. Because Spider-Man, I ain't gonna lie, he kind of opened the door for all that. Because they had so many different. Because they had Daredevil featured for a significant storyline. Blade was featured as a significant storyline. Of course, they did a crossover with X-Men. Everybody know about that one. But he gonna do it.
To me, like it's so funny, bro. It's like when we think about DC and Batman is like the centerpiece of their universe.
Oh yeah,
that's Spider-Man. And obviously, in recent history, we've seen the Avengers and Iron Man and Thor, Captain America, etc. But Spider-Man is really that guy in Marvel.
Oh yeah. For sure.
So
That's definitely true.
they could really anchor and really, really lock in right now. They got to take advantage of the opportunity, bro. I hope they do.
I hope so. It'll be so nice.
Someone should.
They did. I think also while we're on this topic too, there was something. Yeah, there's another Spider-Man series being developed for Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll see what that's gonna be like. And the writers for Smallville are making it.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's something else that's coming up. So we'll see. That's also in the works too. But I'm so excited for a potential 90s Spider-Man. Because we see reiterations of Spider-Man all the time in TV shows and stuff like that. But 90s is one of my favorites. Spectacular was one of my favorites for sure.
Oh, dude.
Spectacular. I ain't gonna lie. All right, hold up. If I had to rank it, Spectacular Spider-Man was some, bruh. Josh Keaton did his thing, but like, I like how he took it because, oh man, I don't know. That probably discussed for another day though, because like, dang, I don't know why I would say would be the best one. Because 90s Spider-Man got the nostalgia element for me, but if I'm looking just at strictly plot and everything,
yeah,
Spectacular probably got it over 90s. Now those 90s did some good stuff too, but
yeah, even and it's no like as we're talking about these shows, we're obviously big fans of the 90s Spider-Man animated series, but like you said, Spectacular was pretty good. Another one like the recent Marvel iteration, Marvel Spider-Man.
Yeah,
it was good.
I see some episodes of that. I was like, I like how they did some things.
It was good to me too. So it's no like slack to any of the other shows.
No. Well,
like thinking about it,
the one that was trash was what was it? It was one. It came out right after Spider-Man the 90s. It was
Unlimited.
Space. Yeah, that. Now that was trash.
It was
trash, man.
They tried some stuff and it just didn't
work.
Didn't fit at the time.
Animation wise, it looked really good. Animation wise, but just no.
It was some confusing stories and just
considering how the 90s left off. Then you want to do this. It's like, yeah. They didn't plan it out the best to me for that one, but Ultimate Spider-Man was okay.
I didn't really watch that one. I tried to. I recently, like maybe a few months ago, I tried to get into it, and it just didn't hit for me.
Gotcha. It was okay. Yeah. It's not on the level of those other ones. And there's this. The last one I want to mention was there's this MTV Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Computer animation.
Oh yeah, 3D.
Yeah, it's 3D.
3D just came out at that time.
It did. I want to shout them out too because I remember I watched that show. They only had like maybe 1 or 2 seasons, so yeah. Give them props for that. So
fair,
yeah, man. Look forward to these new iterations of Spider-Man, though, man. And hopefully bring back the 90s show. Come on with it.
I hope so. Yeah, man. We're gonna stay right here in the movie and TV lane, though. But we're gonna switch it up. We're not gonna talk about comic books. We're gonna talk about Netflix, man. Me and Q, we were talking about this before, but I love a good thriller, mystery type of vibe, and I've been getting into series recently. I had a little more time, and watched this a few months ago, actually, but a very good show called Behind Her Eyes. It's a limited series on Netflix. And Q, when I tell you, this show took me on a ride. This show took me on a ride, man. I did not expect the outcome of this show. And to be fair, if you're listening, if you're watching, spoiler alert, because we're gonna get into this one. It was too crazy not to discuss. But what do you think about this show, man? I know you watched it too. It was crazy, bro.
Yeah, it was cool because like you said, I had some interest in like watching good thriller, suspenseful dramas, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're both generally open to like watching good cinema stuff. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a TV or a show. And it's funny how we both just so happened to watch this show because it was like, all right, so y'all, there's a real twist at the end. We'll wait to get into that. It's one of the most, I don't even know how to describe the twist, man. It's one of the most, okay, it's one of the most unsuspecting twists. Like, most of the time, I'm the type of person I can probably predict what's going to happen because I've seen enough movies and TV shows. If a show can actually trick me and I see no evidence at all, like, they did a good job. They did a good job. So it's a good show. It's like, what? How many episodes? Like 6?
Yep.
6 limited episodes, limited series. I highly recommend people watch it.
Highly recommend.
If you're a fan of thrillers, suspense, stuff like that, it's the show for you. I would say, what's a good comp? Yo, we were talking about like a good comp. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of another show that had a good thriller like ending or something that you would probably like. But I can't think of it right now. But highly recommend it. So my reaction when I was watching the show, I was like, bro, this is crazy. I was like, it sets up like your stereotypical, okay, dude's gonna cheat on his wife with someone else, but that standard Lifetime type stuff you've probably seen every day.
Yeah.
That's not the storyline at all. There's so much other stuff going on under the surface you're not gonna realize until probably the very end if you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
So it's one of those types of shows. So I was trying to be as very generic as possible before getting to the spoiler filled stuff. But generally you have this guy. He's married to this woman. They're happy together. They cross paths with another woman. The other. The other, as they so typically called. And of course, the man and the other one have some sort of connection, and they do some stuff. And the other one don't need to find out, and blah blah blah. It's a lot of stuff. But like I said, underneath that is a lot of other stuff going on. But I don't know. I don't think I can talk about much more about the show unless you get into the spoiler stuff, man. So
yeah.
So at this point,
let's get into it, bro. We gonna go ahead and spoil it for you people. So at this point, stop. Come back in about 5 minutes, and then we should be moved on. But like, if you're watching this, like, or listening to this, skip ahead to the next section. But again, this is spoiler filled review. But yeah, you go ahead, bro. You break it down. You break it down. Yeah, some background behind her eyes. I got the synopsis pulled up too, just to like jog my memory a little bit.
That's what I should have did to the general side before the spoiler stuff. But yeah, I should have did that.
But yeah, as Q was saying, there's this guy, this couple actually. The show is based in the UK. I want to say not London, but somewhere in the UK. Follows a guy named David, and he and his wife Adele just recently got into this new town. He's like successful business guy, does his own thing. He might have been a therapist. I may be confusing that, but he's going, and I think him and his wife are like kind of like having a little bit of trouble, some issues at home. So one night he's, I guess, out at a bar after work, and he meets this girl named Louise. They hit it off, and as Q mentioned, they do adult things. But the crazy thing is David is actually her new boss. The woman he just met named Louise. Shout out to Louise. She was played by Simona Brown, Black Leads. Love to see it. So it's kind of like weird when she gets to work, because it's like, oh, that's the guy that, met at the bar, and now there's this kind of like tension between them. But it's clear that David actually like likes her and she likes him. They are trying to be as discreet about what's going on, and eventually I'm gonna speed through some of these things, but eventually what starts as an untraditional like love triangle becomes this weird friendship, because Louise meets David's wife Adele, and they become friends, and like she helps her with a lot of stuff. She's a single mom, and they like just kind of bond over time. But Adele has some secrets, if I'll put it that way. Trying not to spoil it without like, spoiling it completely for you guys if you want to watch it. But Adele had some skeletons in the closet, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She has some stuff, and the show takes a turn that I didn't expect. It gets kind of science fiction-y, which I enjoy, because I feel like science fiction is probably like one of my favorite genres right now, but didn't expect it at all. And come to find out, she has like these abilities, I guess we'll put it that way.
Based on this person's past, they developed the ability to literally I kind of want to talk to you about this too, this whole idea of this, if we're talking about now, it's astral projection. And so like the ability to kind of like be an out of body experience, literally
a literal.
And then so I don't think we should go into the big twist at the end, because I want them to
that's fair
because I don't want to, but it deals with astral projection and stuff like that, and just the whole idea behind that. So it's kind of grounded in a little bit of realism as well, based on how it happens. So it's not just a whole total fantasy world type stuff. It's actually really good, and it dives to layers of what it means to be who you are as a person. What makes you, and it asks a lot of questions like that. So and when it comes to relationships, are you truly happy in a relationship if you do you really truly know the person you're with? It brings up questions like that. So if you're interested in stuff like that, this is a show for you. Like this thought-provoking in that type of way. I'm not a big believer in astral projection, but there's a whole theory and realm and sector out there that do believe in those things. And if you do, this is another reason you should probably watch the show. But just for the sheer drama of it all, it's so good. But if you're interested in our like thoughts on the twists and stuff, I encourage you to wait till maybe the end of the podcast, so we can just talk about it freely. So like if you're watching us live, we'll chat about it a little bit after this. But we highly recommend it though.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
great.
So I'm excited to talk about this twist with you at the end. I ain't gonna lie. But I always want to give space for people to just, if you want to watch it, watch it, and they can tune in after we wrap up the podcast. If you want to just have a great conversation about it. But yeah, man, let's take a short pause here and we come back with our dribble drive debate topic, which is very interesting. So y'all stay tuned for that.
All right, guys, moving right along. We got some real talk for you today. As you've probably seen what's going on in the world, everything is coming to the light, and especially in Hollywood. Right now, if you hadn't seen, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him, he has, in the last few months, his stock has dropped, bro. He has several allegations against him right now for just some of the darkest, craziest things. If you recently been on Twitter, you probably saw a lot of different media and headlines about it. But as of right now, Diddy is being accused of many sexual assault allegations. He's facing multiple civil lawsuits, accusing him of sex trafficking, rape, violence. It's pretty wild. Recently, his homes, both of them in LA and Miami, were raided by the FBI. He wasn't there. Apparently, he got on his private jet and flew to somewhere in the Caribbean.
It was pre-scheduled, by the way. That's what they say.
Pre-scheduled, got out of town for a while, but federal agents raided his homes, and I think it was March 25th. He strongly denied all the allegations. He's, saying these are sickening, baseless accusations. His attorneys have said about the lawsuits. And just to give you guys a timeline, he has, since November 2023, starting off with Cassie. If you know Diddy, you probably seen Cassie in the past. Former girlfriend, R&B singer. She was with him for probably 10 plus years. They parted ways maybe a couple years back. And she actually was one of the first people to file a lawsuit alleging that she was trafficked, she was raped and beaten by Diddy on multiple occasions for years. And as a result, Diddy's lawyers and Cassie's team did settle for an undisclosed amount. But it's kind of weird because she filed it under this a lawsuit that's now a law act that's now closed. It was filed under the New York Adult Survivors Act just before it expired in November of 2023. This act offered a 1-year window for adult victims of sexual assault to come forward with civil claims regardless of the statute of limitations. So now that Cassie has filed this under this act, it's expired obviously now, but there's a year window where victims can have a chance to come forward and address what's happened to them, and people have come forward. Like I said, Cassie was probably one of the first, but we also have guys like Lil Rod, who you've probably seen on Twitter recently in February, talking about the parties and stuff that Diddy allegedly, I'm gonna put it that way, allegedly was subjected to. We also have, let me see, Joey Dickerson Neal, and let me see, I'll say at least in this article, probably 4 more undisclosed names. But Diddy's got a lot of allegations right now, bro, and it's not looking good. We have recently just saw the Quiet on Set documentary talking about just toxic workplace and just the pedophilia and all these sexual harassment, assault type of things. And now we're seeing it again with one of the biggest moguls in hip hop. What are your initial thoughts, man? This is to me, it's pretty crazy, but what do you think about it?
Good job with the synopsis of everything. If people weren't caught up on it, this has been a very viral situation. So I'm sure y'all probably heard of it, at least some tidbits of it. my initial reaction was that's wild, and I couldn't help but go back to the viral Cat Williams interview. Yo,
yeah, forgot about that. Oh,
got to tell them no. Yeah, that's wild. I wish people would listen to Cat, bro. I hope they were. So,
Cat and Monique.
Y'all and Monique. So, yeah, man, it's wild. But clearly there's a pattern of behavior here, and it's just age-old tale of what's done in the dark comes to the light. So, it also tells me where we are as a society, where we are. Because where we are now, things are just not accepted as they were. And we open the things up now for people to step out more boldly. Whereas in the past, you really couldn't. And we saw some of that in the documentary we talked about when we talked about Quiet on Set. Part of it is because of how society's moved now. So I'm thankful that we're in a place of society where people can come out more and be more confident and safe doing this now. It's unfortunate, but clearly these are repeated allegations and acts. So it's clearly some type of pattern of behavior where Diddy finds himself being in this type of situation. So it doesn't speak well on his reputation and his brand. And it kind of sucks because Diddy just won like what? It was like some type of legacy award with I think it was like with BET or something like that. I think it was a BET award or something like that, bro. It was like
maybe an a Soul Train award.
It was something, bro. I was like, that's what's up because Diddy deserves that. It was
we thought he did.
It was simple, but yeah. Music wise, okay. So like, because they honored the whole Bad Boy brand. Remember? It was our Soul Train BT. I really think it was BT Awards, but I don't remember right now. Or Hip Hop Awards.
I think it was.
One of those awards, bro. And I was like, that's dope because I didn't think about that. It did have an impact on the music industry. But now Reputation takes a huge hit. Legacy takes a huge hit. Family impacted, literally went to jail. Or taking it for arraignment.
His sons were found at one of the houses.
Exactly, due to the raids. So it's like it's tough. It's a very difficult situation. So, and again, we want to be clear that Diddy has denied all allegations, and this is still an ongoing investigation. But it is not looking good. And as we can see on social media, I know you've seen things on social media as well, man. But they're going in. So.
Man,
it's not looking good at all.
It looks very, very bad for Diddy and his image. As we said, as Q just mentioned, these are allegations. We haven't had anything that's confirmed, obviously, but my condolences go out to anyone who's been affected, anyone who is remotely like tied to it. And just the sheer like volume of stuff that has been going on with rumor wise and Twitter wise. I've seen all kinds of stuff about his parties and his connections to powerful people and threatening to expose other people if he goes down. It's a complete cluster of mess. Yep. And I really, for the sake of justice for people that were that had violence committed against them, I hope that justice is found for sure. And it makes me think, man, with all this stuff that we've seen like over the past years, with like obviously we talked about Quiet on Set with Dan Schneider, and we got the Me Too movement recently and in recent time, and Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, even stuff that Kanye West has said. It makes me think, bro, like, can you separate art from the artist? Can we like really like celebrate people, like celebrate the work of people, because it kind of is a weird place for me, because I obviously I'm a music producer and I love Biggie growing up, and I love like a lot of the Bad Boy records, but and like Kanye West and people like that. But it just kind of like puts a weird feeling for me personally to be in this place where you've grown up listening to this song and you like this sound and you like this music and this art that this person has created, but now it comes to light that they may or may not have been involved in some very sketchy, diabolical, just evil behavior. And what does it say as a society when there are some people I know that are still gonna, like, even like with R. Kelly, they still rock with his music, even though they know what he's done.
Yeah, yeah.
What do we do about that? Where do we go from here? You know?
Hey man, that's real. I didn't think about that. That's so true. It's tricky because as an artist, I feel like you put part of yourself into whatever you're making.
Yeah.
You know, so that's different. That's the main difference when it comes to art and creativity, because you're literally putting part of yourself into whatever you're doing compared to other jobs and other fields where you are mostly producing something that was mandated by somebody else or something like that. So that's why this is different. And because you made it, and it's something that this person made, and if you listen to it, technically you support it. So it does bring into question, like, do you support them as well as a person? It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And it's more so a societal thing. It's very this is a very interesting question. And as it wasn't me for other people. Because I ain't gonna lie, some people were dogged out for even still listening to R. Kelly after that whole situation went down. We saw corporation wise. Remember Spotify and their whole situation as well around that time? Mm-hmm. So it's like, and then, you know, what does it say about those corporations?
Yeah.
And at the same time, it is a commodity that can be used. It's a very complicated question.
Yeah.
And I really like that question. It's really good. It leaves a lot to think about. It leaves a lot to think about. If you can separate that artist from what they created, I think you're fine. But for most of us, it's hard to do it. If you really think about it, it'll be hard to do it because that means you're probably a fan. And if you're a fan of that person, you know more about that person. So fans of R. Kelly, they have to make a decision. I'm going to keep listening to it and not care, you know? And then if you do so happen to care, then you have to make a decision and what matters more to you as an individual.
Yeah.
So it's so individualistic, and we can't judge people, and it creates a situation where you do judge people. It's tough. It's tough because it's tough, man. Because like I've been in situations before where I'll be like, I hear something about a person, then say for example you see them on TV as an actor or in a commercial. First thing come in your head is like, oh shoot, I remember when they did XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
So because that's why one of the main moves when people do like celebrities, what they do is go silent. Because you don't need to be in the news anymore. The less your face is out there, the less people think about it.
True.
So
exposure.
Exactly. Because I know for sure they ain't gonna show Raising the Sun anytime soon on TV. So I talk about the movie Raising the Sun that he was in. Yeah, man. It's very interesting. That's a very good thought.
Yeah, man. It's something I kind of like struggle with sometimes because every once in a while, like a lot songs just pop into my head. I'm like, oh wait, I can't sing this anymore. I can't even like enjoy this anymore because I'm like, oh well, now I have to think like, am I like supporting this person's actions or behaviors or am I just enjoying this piece of work that was created, you know? It's a difficult question, but
and it's tough because there are things in the past that we enjoy now still, despite their past. I don't know, because I'm thinking about presidents and stuff like that now. Like, we had presidents that were slave owners, you know, but society at the time it was okay.
Yeah,
but we don't really judge them differently. We don't think about the money we use. So, for example, Jefferson, on the money that we use, I'm still going to use that 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am still going to use it. I ain't thinking about my ancestors at that point. I'm still going to use that 20.
I'm sorry,
but
you just say,
but like, that's real though. I'm still going to use it. I'm not thinking about my ancestors at that time. But we should maybe think about changing the faces of the dollar bills. Yeah, we probably should as a society. But that's not going to stop us from using that commodity. So,
yeah,
that's very similar to what we do with music and art and things of that nature. It all depends on the individual.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
That's real, bro. Side note, I started laughing. I was laughing at you, but also you made me.
Oh no, that was real. That was a legit point.
No. That's real talk for sure. I just had this thought. I saw this thing on Twitter. Of course, Twitter's a dark place, but there's apparently this picture of Thomas Jefferson going around, and then there's another picture of his like 6th great grandson, and you know Thomas Jefferson was white. The 6th great grandson is black. Yeah. And people are like, I know he in hell mad.
Yeah, that reminds me of a Key and Peele skit, bro. It was like, who your ancestors are. It was like, they kept saying Thomas Jefferson. I'm related to the great Thomas Jefferson. And they're all black. It reminds me of that skit, that sketch. So, yeah, man. It's tough, but it's more to stop so people put their we need to stop making these celebrities role models too, by the way. Like, just because they do this, they don't mean we make them role models. I was listening to this comedian, shout out to Josh Johnson, who made this point. I was like, yo, we do this. You like Josh? Yeah, I like Josh Johnson. Yeah. Like, yeah, man. So shout out to Josh Johnson. He made this point, but it was so true. We need to stop making these people our role models. We need to instead make role models of people of initiatives that we really support. There are a lot of people out here actually doing things, but we don't lift them up like we do these celebrities that don't really do anything. So I was like, yo, that's also a very good point. So yeah, shout out to Josh Johnson. Y'all should check out his comedy. I didn't know you liked him too, bro. I've been listening to Josh. So I've been listening to Josh randomly, bro. Like he coming out with the content. So
I literally just watched one of his videos yesterday. It's a little explicit, but I'm not gonna repeat it. But yeah, shout out to Josh Johnson, man. He pops up on my TikTok all the time. Actually, very funny, very like great delivery as a comedian too. I love that.
Sure. Yeah, man. It's unfortunate with this situation here, but as always, we're open to hearing y'all thoughts about this stuff. So yeah, we'll take a short break here, then come back to wrap up the podcast with our Handling Harmony segment, and then the year 24. So y'all stay tuned. Welcome back to Swish Masters Pod. Not Swish Masters. Y'all check out Swish Masters on Thursday. This is a Triple Threat Culture presented by Swish Masters, though. All right, got that out the way.
Yeah.
All right, my fault. But it's time to go into our Handling the Harmony segment. Man, when Future and Metro Boomin's album came out, the one song people kept telling me about was Like That, bro. And the main reason I heard about it was because this my guy. I mean, not just he's not my guy. I don't know the person. I don't know this dude. J.Cole. So like, and when I heard my other guy, I really like Kendrick Lamar again. Not my guy personally. I like his music, support him. This J. Cole and Drake. So like, listen to the song. I feel like that's really one of the main reasons it is what it is now. Like, you got the stat for me, bro. Is it really like the most streamed?
So, as Q was mentioning, Metro Boomin and Future, they just put out their new record. Sorry guys, had to fix my chair. But they put out this new album called We Don't Trust You. It is the strongest #1 rap hit in years.
Really?
To give you a little background about the album itself. All 17 songs charted on Billboard. 500 million plus global opening week streams. They had the biggest streaming week ever for a trap album. It has the most top 10 hits ever for a trap album, 5. Biggest sales week of 2024 in all genres. 12th biggest rap streaming week of all time. It's the biggest sales week of Metro Boomin's career. Let me see. Like That was the second most streamed rap song ever in its opening week on Spotify. Second most streamed rap song ever in its opening week. So it's not quite first, but
okay.
That's pretty huge. For Metro Boomin, he is the first producer, and shout out to him because I respect I'm producer, game, represent game, respect game, my bad. But Metro Boomin is the first producer with four #1 albums, bro. He is Metro is on another level, bro. And I love his creativity with his production, the way he ties songs together, the artists that he brings on to his records. Like, he's legit. And gotta give this is another artist who's grown on me a lot in the past few years. Future, bro. I know Future, like always, has been like a big artist in the streets for sure. But in recent years, I've really like paid attention to him and what he does. And this is actually pretty cool stat for him. Future is the first artist from the 2010s with 9 #1 albums. So just to give you like a little
you keep going.
little clarity for that. When I mean the 2010s, I'm talking about like with artists who put out records in the 2010s. So you got Kanye, you got Eminem. Dang, I had to add more, but we know who was out in the 2010s for the most part. He has 9 #1 albums since the 2010s, since his debut, which is pretty huge, bro.
Yeah, it's just
they've had a big week. They've had a big week for this new album, and I listened to it. It's pretty good. So shout out to Metro and Future
for sure.
And shout out to Hip Hop All Day on Twitter. I found they had a nice article about it.
Nice. Yeah, my only pushback on that Future stat is that he has so many collab albums. So
yeah,
that's the only pushback. When you have Future and Drake, you know what I'm saying? That's the first ones came to my mind. He had a collab with Juice WRLD. Mm-hmm. Like and now with Metro, like it's a little different. Like, he has some hit albums. Don't get me wrong. He got some like hit standalone albums, but it just that's the only thing that kind of, when you said that stat about like the 9, I was like, that's the only asterisk I would put on it, and that's the only reason why. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, well deserved. I respect Future.
Yeah.
I respect Future as an artist. I respect him as an artist.
Yeah. We respect him as an artist. He's just not like for me personally, I'll put it this way. For me personally, he hasn't been like someone I was like, oh, I'm gonna go listen to this new Future. Like that
sure.
wasn't like
that's not me either. But like I respect like what he's done. Like that's not me either. It's like I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that are like, you know, Future's probably their favorite rapper. You know.
Yeah.
Just not me personally, but like I respect what he puts out there and what he's done and his work, and to stay relevant. You know what I'm saying? It's a grind to stay relevant as an artist, especially in the hip hop space, and he's been able to do that. So that's where a lot of my respect comes from.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And but of course, you gonna have one of the most streamed songs when you got Kendrick, when we got K-Dot on there, who wasn't even, you know, I don't even know if he's credited now, but he was like uncredited. You know what I'm saying? When it first came out, I was like, hold up. Yeah, of course word's gonna spread. Because this is K-Dot. This is Kendrick. So like, of course. And the context, you gonna go with the references to first person shooter and talking about, there ain't no big three. What you talking about? So like, man, I'm looking forward to the response. Cause J.Cole gonna look forward to that album. I look forward to his album too. Now to me personally, J.Cole is one of those artists for me where I'm like, alright, I'm gonna listen to it. You know what I'm saying? That's
I'm searching for it.
Yeah, that's I'm looking it up. I'm looking into. I'm gonna listen to it right there. So, but shout out to Future though. It's still a big success though.
Shout out to Future. Mad respect for him. Like I said, I've grown to respect and really like listen to his music a little more in depth than I did in previous years, and I respect. I get what he does, and solid guy, solid artist for sure. Yeah, solid artist. I'll put it that way. But yeah, man, let us know what y'all think of this new album. If you listen to it, if you got a favorite song off of it, or if you're, like me, producer, favorite beat off of it, let us know in the comments. Yeah, man. But that was the music of Handle and Harmony. Last but not least, you know what it is, year of 24. Got a shout out to Kobe Bryant. Doing this every show. Got some Kobe facts for you today. Kobe Bryant had one of the best offensive streaks in modern NBA history. And what I mean by that, if you remember back in 2006, Kobe went on a tear. 65, 50, 60, 50. His averages during a 4-game win streak, 56.3 points per game on 54% shooting, 51.5% from 3.
That's ridiculous.
Kobe was literally giving 50 points a game. That's 2K. That's 2K numbers, bro.
Bro, I don't even think that's 2K numbers, bro. That's crazy.
Man, he was leading the scoring. He's guarding the best perimeter player on the other team, and he's got the ball in his hands as the primary ball handler, creating his own shot and making difficult shots.
Yep. And think about how the NBA is back then with defense.
They were playing defense, but
they're actually playing more defense. So, that's ridiculous, bro. To have these averages. It's crazy. And that efficiency, that's the most impressive as well. Because there was a recent player that scored 44 on 44 attempts. He won.
Yeah.
No, I mean, shout out to Murray though. That for real. That was a clutch. Yeah, that was a clutch shot. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't want to take that many shots, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, that's a clutch shot. But at the end of the day, they don't look good. But like, the main thing is they won. But the efficiency matters. So shout out to Kobe being efficient. And that's a wild tear, bro. And that's definitely one of the best offensive stretches. Man, that's crazy. thinking about what happened recently. Booker, he just had his third 50-point game in a row.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, Book is Devin Booker's balling out here. So when you said this stat, I just remember Booker's on a similar tear. We'll see. He hasn't had like a 60-pointer like that. You know what I'm saying? But
he could.
He could though. He's had at least 50 in back-to-back games, 3 games. So we can see another potential good stretch. But again, what makes Kobe so significant is the defense that was being played back then, how efficient he is, and again, the high marks and scoring that he reached with 65 and 60. So yeah, shout out to Kobe, man. It's kind of cool. Book is someone else we mentioned because Book is someone that really admires Kobe.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
I think it's
really dope to see. I didn't even know. I saw he dropped 52 against the Pelicans the other night, but I didn't know he had been on like a tear like this.
Yeah, man. So, he had
that was cool.
I think it was like 3 in a row. I think so. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah. Not gonna lie. Haven't been in tune with the NBA with March Madness going on. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
That's kind of how the thing goes. Like after March Madness ends, everyone turns their attention to the NBA.
Yeah.
Let's see. Book. Yeah, you have 52 on the Pelicans, like you said.
That's big time, bro. Especially this time of year.
Oh yeah, man. That's awesome.
But a big, what's the word I want to use? A big follower of Kobe, and Devin Booker, and not surprised at all by just how, the way he carries himself on the court and how he goes about. Shout out to Devin Book. Shout out to Kobe, man.
Yeah, 3rd game in a row.
Wow. Okay.
Wait,
that's dope.
I'm tripping. I think I read it wrong. Okay, yeah, I read it wrong. Y'all tripping. That's on me. Y'all learn from this. Make sure you read the full article. Don't just fall for these clickbait headlines. Because the headline said 3rd straight game in a row. But they ain't clarify it's against a single team. So 3rd game against the Pelicans.
Okay, I see it.
That's still impressive.
Still impressive.
Take back my comments about it. That, Kobe was in the stretch against different teams consecutively in a row. That's different from what I said what Booker did. And it's different just schooling a same team. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little different. But shout out to Kobe. But still shout out to Book. That's still significant though. But
putting up 50 in the NBA?
No, yeah, for sure. And against a powerhouse, I mean, I don't want to say powerhouse, but it's a competitive team. It's a competitive team in the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? So that's still significant. Still significant, but
absolutely,
I had to retract my earlier statement.
It's all good. You caught it.
Yeah. I'm glad I actually read it. They need to better these headlines though, but they're doing their job though. They're doing the clickbait. That's what they're supposed to do. But make sure y'all read. Let's listen to y'all. And for myself.
Reading is fundamental, kids. Remember that.
Yep.
I'm playing defense too for NBA guys if you listen. But all right. Anyway.
Yep.
Thank y'all for tuning in, man. It's been a fun episode, Q. Appreciate this.
Oh yeah, man, it's been real good. Make sure y'all check it out. Look at the bottom ticker. If you're watching this on YouTube or wherever you're watching on, make sure you look at the codes to follow us on these different platforms. Catch up the podcast on wherever you listen to your podcast platforms. And all the information is on the ticker. Shout out to our sponsor as well. And man, make sure you tell the people about the music before we go, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our sponsor, SS96, the artist Straight Stoner. I'm rocking the FRE t-shirt right now. You can go to ss96.net, get you a t-shirt, get you a hoodie, get you a hat. He got all kind of things, man. Working on music right now. Working on the TikTok content. He's been killing it there too. I'm working on new music as well, new content. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel as well as social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of that stuff. We're out here, bro. So thank y'all for the support. Thank y'all for tuning in. And like we said, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell. We got videos going up soon. Got new content coming to the podcast platforms as well. And until next time, man, which is Thursday. If you want to catch us live for Swish Masters, we're going to be diving in. NCAA March Madness has been going crazy.
That was wild.
We got a lot of good games right now. It's fun, bro. So tune in. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I can't wait to start talking about the Elite Eight reactions and stuff, bro. That was nice. It was good, bro. Yeah, man. Can't wait to talk about that with you. But yeah, make sure y'all catch us out on Thursday. Check us out on Thursday. But thank y'all for support. And if you still want to tune in for our reaction for the full spoiler-free review behind her eyes, make sure y'all stick around for that if you're on live with us. So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
So if y'all still here, and what I'm gonna do is go back a little bit, and Xavier, I'm gonna record it so you can just post it separately later on our Triple Threat podcast as well. So we about to get into the full spoiler review of this month, man. So about to start recording. So like Zay, as you were talking earlier about our podcast earlier, man. Behind Our Eyes would be recommended for everyone to watch it. I want to just take some time now just to have a conversation about the movie and the crazy twist, bro. All right, so listen, bro. That was one of the wildest twists I ever seen in my life. So I ain't gonna lie. They got me good. Not only did you find out that what's her name? Adele is not who she is.
Right.
We found out she not who I thought she would have been. You know what I'm saying? Like she is somebody totally different. It turns out that she is is that her best friend?
Rob.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
She was so Rob. All right, do you know everything? I'm about to display. It might sound crazy, bro, but that's how crazy it is.
No, you got it, bro.
So you tell me if I'm wrong too. So, all right. Okay. So we go. Adele and Rob are best friends. Adele meets a guy who, they're in a relationship. Rob meets the dude. Apparently, has some infatuation with him. I'm kind of lost in between the lines right here on how. Oh yeah, I remember now. Rob showed Adele how to do the astral projection thing, and then took over Adele's body. I don't know what happened to Adele. Hope you can clear that up with me about what happened to Adele's astral projection. Hope you clear that up with me. But years later, Adele's with
David.
Adele's with David, right?
Mm-hmm.
The I don't know how I want to address this. I'll call it Fake Adele. All right, Fake Adele's with David.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. David is not infatuated with her because he knows this is not who I was with. You know, this is someone totally different. That's why he doesn't have that connection that he once did with Adele. So Fake Adele eventually meets Louise, who turns out to be working for David as an assistant in his office. David is attracted to Louise. Louise is concerned about it because she's already friends with Fake Adele, and grown a bond with her. So, but eventually, David and Louise do have an affair. David's not. But we thinking as audience like David's weird because of whatever's going on. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff, man. It takes you on a real twist and turns of stuff, bro. Because at one moment I'm thinking, okay, David's weird. He really is drugging this girl. He's making, because I'm thinking Adele is a victim at this point. I'm thinking, because without us knowing that this is fake Adele, I'm thinking Adele is a victim. Like, he's drugging this girl. He's not treating her right. But it turns out it's all the way around. It's just Adele that's mistreating David. All this stuff. David's actually the victim. But at the same time, is he truly a victim if he's cheating on her? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, it's a lot of questions, bro. And then to find out at the very end of all this, by the way, which is kind of sucks, because you don't find out about this to the very end, that Adele is actually
Rob. Yes.
And Rob does basically the same thing. Tricks Luis. And I find out Luis is now Rob. And I forget now. Hope you can clear it up for me. What happened to the astral projection for Adele in the beginning?
So, like you said, Rob and Adele were friends, and Rob shows her how to do the astral projection, like basically transfer consciousness to wherever. Yeah. And Rob, seeing this opportunity because he's infatuated with David, he is in love with him.
Right.
Basically, like, when Adele's projecting herself, I guess, I can't remember where exactly, but Rob basically, like, projects himself and, like, goes into her body, like, his consciousness goes into her body, so he is himself, but he's in her body. So they, like, switch bodies, to my understanding. I think that Adele was in Rob's body, and then Rob in Adele's body, pushes Adele into this, like, they were hanging out, they met at this, like, institution, and there was this forest.
That's what it was. Yep. I knew it.
There's this old well, right?
Yeah.
Then Rob pushes Adele into the well and basically, instantly, like, kills her when she hits the ground. So now Rob is like, he becomes Adele, right? Mm-hmm. But like you said, David is kind of like, all right, there's something weird going on. There's an energy switch, obviously, because Adele isn't acting like Adele. Adele is Rob.
Right.
So, long story short, like, they've moved around, but David is not in love with Adele. He's trying to make it work, but it just isn't, because that's not Adele.
Exactly.
I'm here, and we find out that this is the first time that David has an affair. If you think about it, if you remember.
Yeah.
David has, like, he knows something is weird, but he can't, like, explain it.
That's right. I forgot about the part. That is not his first affair. That's true.
He knows something is not right with her. He just doesn't know what it is. He knows it's like, he basically knows that it's not Adele, but he can't prove it's not Adele because it just wild to think about. Yeah. So then Rob in Adele's body shows Louise how to astro project, basically. And he pulls the same move because he's thinking, oh, because David loves Louise, or he loves someone who's not me, let me switch to their body and be them. But then it doesn't work because he's not, they're still the same person. You know what I mean? Like, Rob is so, like, he's stealing people's bodies, basically, but he can't get what he wants. He can't get David to love him because he's
right. And wasn't that like a fire? Person. Yeah, wasn't that like a fire at the end, and that's how they died? How she died?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's how Luis died.
He kills off his previous body, and then, like, throws him into an empty well or burns the house down.
Yeah, and it's tough. And it's tough because we can see the change for real when we notice her reaction with her son. Yeah.
So eventually,
in the son, though, was like, okay, yeah, this is weird. This is not. Yeah, so that's gonna be.
He said, yeah, you said it about the son. So eventually, David and Louise, actually Rob, are going away together with her son. And they're talking about something with a boat or something. She's like, and Louise actually is Rob, says something about, oh yeah, we can do this and do that and something on the boat. And the son's like, but you don't even like boats or something. And she's like, yes, I do. But obviously, that's not his mom, and he knows it. And David, I think, kind of clocks it, but he's just like, at this point, I don't know.
That could be. They could do a sequel if they wanted to, but I don't know. It's like it's gonna be a whole cycle again because it's tough. Because what's this gonna mean now? The questions I have now. What does this mean for the son now? That's gonna be real tough. Yeah, real bad for the son. And then David, of course, he is definitely a victim.
David's just lost.
He is, bro. And then it's tough. It's really tough. Yeah, and Rob is just, and I want to mention this too. Rob's ability to do this, to manipulate these people he uses their trauma against them to like, hey, you should do this, ask for projection to deal with the trauma, because Elise was dealing with a lot of trauma too from her past, and that's kind of opened her up to this whole astral projection stuff. Because to her, it was kind of like a relief type of thing, you know what I'm saying? So like, and to take advantage of that. And leads me to think about how many systems we have in place that take advantage of people that are dealing with trauma. You know what I'm saying? And to not deal with it properly. So, if you're dealing with any issues, I highly encourage you to seek assistance. Counseling therapy is so great. You know, I highly recommend doing therapy. I plan to do therapy at some point. I know people in my personal life that are doing therapy is very beneficial to what they're doing. So, even if you don't have severe trauma, like if you just want to it can help you improve so many different ways. So, yeah, man, make sure y'all get that help. But yeah, that twist was wild, bro. I was like, when they showed that, I was like, oh, that's Rob. Okay. Because at first you're thinking, okay, that's Adele. Because Adele is just trying to switch the body. But it turns out, oh, that's not even Adele. It's a random dude. I mean, but we were introduced to the character. We just had no clue who it could have been. And they had no signs. Because we didn't know who Adele was like that. Mm-hmm. But I guess if you pay close attention, you can see the personality shift maybe. But there's no way. I ain't picked that up. And I'm very observant when I'm watching TV shows and movies, bro. Because I'll be like, because everything's intentional. I always look for signs. And I ain't see it. I was totally thrown off. I was like, hold up. Yo.
Yes. Definitely one of the best twists I've seen in television or film.
And they did it well, and it made sense. That's why I also want to give them credit for that. Because sometimes people do twists that you don't see, but it's stupid. And it's dumb. Like acrimony, for example. That made no sense. I don't remember what it was right now, but they tried to do like a little twist or whatever, but it was dumb. And it was so dumb, it made no sense. So I was like, yeah, this is bad.
You talking about acrimony with was it Taraji P?
Yeah, I forgot what happened, but it was so dumb. But I was like, there's no need for it. I don't remember right now. I just remember it was dumb, and everybody else agreed. Like, it was bad.
Fair.
Bad. So
I love a good twist, bro. I live for
it. It was actually a good twist that made sense, and it made sense with the context. I was like, oh, okay, that made sense, but I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
But it's like, highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it for sure.
It's one of the best series I've seen.
Great job from Netflix.
It was good. It was really good. It's one of the better series I've seen for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like the Behind Her Eyes, I have another one I just recently watched. I had Nikki watch it too. Still staying in that mystery thriller bag, limited series, Netflix version. This joint called The Stranger.
Okay.
Solid.
The Stranger.
Solid, bro.
Check it out. It's I think you said it's a British series as well, right?
Also, yeah, the British bag has been.
Oh no. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. International TV got it, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I be watching K-dramas. They got the stuff, bro. Like British TV, like international TV, they got it going on.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, The Stranger is another one I suggest, bro. It's another great type of like thriller, kind of got some twist, kind of, you know, you're trying to figure it out, trying to use your detective skills, but
yeah,
it takes you on a little ride too. So I suggest that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, bro.
It's a good watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that one out.
Yeah, man.
And as always, y'all got like suggestions for us to react or to watch something, y'all let us know. We can react to it, you know. So
sure,
because we're both open to watching, you know, different stuff. So especially if it's just good cinema. So yeah,
absolutely.
But yeah, if y'all enjoy this, make sure to check out the Triple Threat Culture Podcast. We get into more topics like this. So we go live on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock Central Time. So make sure y'all check that out. So we appreciate you. And those of you tuning in for live, we thank you for your support. Keep supporting us. Check out Swish Masters on Thursday. And yeah, appreciate it.
Oh yeah, tune in. Be on the lookout for new stuff. We appreciate y'all.